the silent addiction that's draining your soul. Asterisk, you may feel tired, empty, without purpose. Even when everything around you seems normal. Asterisk, you might be silently struggling with anxiety, guilt, lack of focus, spiritual apathy, and perhaps don't even realize what's draining your vital energy day after day. Asterisk, what few have the courage to talk about. But what urgently needs to be said is that addiction to masturbation, pornography, and unconscious handling of sexual energy is silently destroying thousands of souls. Asterisk, this is not about moralism. It's not about religion. Asterisk, this is about real spirituality, energy, soul purpose. Sexual energy is one of the most powerful forces within a human being. It's not meant just for momentary pleasure. It's created as a channel of creation, expansion, magnetism, and connection to the divine. Asterisk, but when that energy is wasted daily in pursuit of empty pleasure, instant relief, or artificial stimulation, it no longer rises, it no longer circulates, it no longer transforms. Asterisk, and with that, your soul starts to dim, your light fades, your spiritual power is lost. Asterisk, many men and women are completely disconnected from their essence because they've become slaves to quick pleasure. Asterisk, they live in cycles of guilt, relapse, and promises they can't keep. Asterisk, and the more they give in, the weaker they become. Asterisk, the further they drift from their purpose, the more confused they feel about their own spiritual identity. Asterisk, and the worst part, no one talks about this with truth. Asterisk, most people trivialize it, say it's normal, healthy, necessary. Asterisk, but what is normal in this world is often a hidden poison. Asterisk, chronic masturbation and pornography create a chemical, mental, and vibrational dependency. Asterisk, you become addicted to dopamine and need more stimulation, more intensity, more perversion. Asterisk, and before you know it, you're so far from your soul that you no longer feel anything, not in your body, not in your mind, not in your spirit. Asterisk, this is the reality for millions, but few dare to speak about it. Asterisk, here, on motivation you need, the truth is revealed, because your soul didn't come to this world to live on cheap pleasures. It came to transmute energy, raise frequency, discover purpose, and vibrate in light. Asterisk, in the next section, we'll understand why sexual energy is so powerful and how it can be used for destruction or ascension. Asterisk, sexual energy as a portal for creation or destruction. Asterisk, sexual energy is the force of life. It's the only energy that can literally generate another human being. But it's not just biological, it's spiritual too. Asterisk, it's a creative, subtle, magnetic energy that flows through your entire body and energy field. Asterisk, when consciously channeled, this energy awakens gifts, expands intuition, strengthens presence, heals deep traumas, and brings you closer to God. Asterisk, but when used unconsciously, driven by addictions, compulsions, and artificial stimulation, that same energy becomes destructive, draining, and oppressive. And that's where the danger lies. Excessive masturbation, especially when combined with pornography, fragments the soul. Asterisk, you begin to dissociate the body from emotion, pleasure from presence, touch from connection. The act loses its sacredness and becomes compulsive. The sacred becomes routine. The soul becomes flesh, and flesh without spirit becomes nothing but addiction. Even worse, this practice creates real holes in your energetic field. Asterisk, you become vulnerable to negative thoughts, spiritual oppression, emotional blockages, constant fear, and a nameless sadness. Asterisk, that's because sexual energy is the foundation of your spiritual power. Asterisk, and when it's wasted continuously, you weaken on every level. Asterisk, in many ancient spiritual traditions, sexual energy was treated with reverence. Asterisk, it was studied, refined, and transformed. Sexual fasting was used to awaken gifts, heal the body, and open spiritual vision. It was a tool for ascension, not for meaningless pleasure. Asterisk, you need to understand that every time you ejaculate unconsciously, you're not just releasing physical fluid, you are losing vital force. Asterisk, you're losing magnetism, you're lowering your frequency, you're drifting away from your mission. Asterisk, and it's not about never touching yourself again. It's about recognizing what's behind the impulse. Are you touching yourself because you're full of life, energy, at peace, and aware? Asterisk, or because you're anxious, lonely, bored, or empty inside? That's the key, because what starts as relief, and it's as a prison. And every prison begins with small compromises. Just one more time. Asterisk, I'm tired today. Asterisk, I'll make up for it later. Asterisk, and before you know it, you're trapped in an invisible cycle and your soul is drifting further away from your truth. Asterisk, in the next section, we'll talk about the spiritual and energetic effects of chronic masturbation, how it affects your connection to God, your personal light, and your power of manifestation. Asterisk, the invisible effect, how addiction dims your spiritual light. Asterisk, have you noticed how your energy shifts after giving in to the addiction? Asterisk, that heavy feeling, that energy drop, a tiredness you can't explain. Asterisk, your body may relax for a few minutes, but your soul goes silent. Asterisk, your mind starts to feel guilt, your frequency drops, and over time you get used to living with your light turned off. Many men and women live this way, with their inner glow smothered, their intuition blocked, their connection to God growing more distant, and they don't realize that the root lies in this silent cycle of energetic self-sabotage. Chronic, unconscious, and uncontrolled masturbation directly affects your aura. The aura, your field of light, becomes dull, cracked, fragile. You lose presence, you lose charisma, you lose your power of attraction, and when that happens, life begins to stall. Relationships become shallow or purely physical. Productivity drops, creativity vanishes, focus disappears. You try to meditate, pray, evolve, but something seems to block you. It's like a heavy layer is covering your soul, and the truth is that layer is real. It's formed by the accumulation of dense energy, fed by guilt, repression, overstimulation, and distorted thoughts. And addiction, when not faced with consciousness, feeds those layers every single day. That's why so many people on the path of spiritual awakening feel the call to stop, to transmute, to begin again, not out of obligation but out of mission. Because deep down, they feel they're being called to something greater but are still chained by invisible forces. Remember this, it's not about elevation. You don't need to suppress your desires, you need to redirect them. Sexual energy can be transformed into spiritual power if you learn to master it, to honor it, to choose when and how to use it. And when that shift begins, your frequency changes, your posture shifts, your words carry power, your eyes shine differently. Your prayers have more strength, your presence heals, your soul reclaims your body. This is true transmutation, replacing momentary pleasure with lasting peace. Replacing addiction with vitality. Replacing guilt with light. In the next section, we'll talk about how to begin the process of liberation from this cycle with spiritual practices, inner silence, prayer, and reconnection with your true essence. Transmutation, the path to spiritual freedom through sexual energy. Transmutation is the process by which sexual energy, instead of being wasted in cycles of empty pleasure, is redirected towards spiritual expansion. And it's not just theory, real, transformative, sacred. It's what great masters, sages, monks, and initiates have practiced for millennia. They understood that the energy that creates life can also create a new version of yourself. The first step in this transformation is awareness. Noticing your triggers. Becoming aware of when anxiety or loneliness tries to lure you into the cycle, and instead of reacting, breathe, pray, be still. Temptation arises. You observe it, acknowledge it, and let it pass. That's when real strength begins to grow, the strength to choose not from repression, but from clarity. You begin to become the guardian of your own energy. Then comes the second stage, spiritual alchemy. Meditations focused on transmuting sexual energy. Breathwork exercises, like conscious breathing or pranayama, that move energy from the lower chakras to the higher ones. Practices of deep prayer, energetic fasting, inner silence, and sacred contemplation. All of these help channel the energy once used to seek pleasure, now aimed at healing, expansion, and soul elevation. With time, something powerful happens. Your creativity explodes. Your intuition awakens that you begin attracting people and situations aligned with a higher frequency. Money flows more easily. Your face changes, your body changes, your destiny changes. This is not coincidence, it's spiritual law. When you align your energy with light, the light recognizes you and everything in your life starts to align as well. But for that to happen, you must walk through the valley. The phase of purification, the solitude, the silence. You may lose friendships, habits, perhaps even passions. But you'll gain something far greater, your soul back. Sexual energy is your divine flame. It will either burn you or ignite your purpose. In the final section of this video, we'll explore the higher spiritual vision of the body, desire, and the sacred, and how, by mastering your sexual energy, you access the strength of the chosen and awaken your true destiny, the divine seed. Awakening the chosen one within you. There is a dormant force inside you. It's in your cells, in your blood, in your spirit. It's the force that the ancients called Kundalini, the mystics called sacred fire, and Christians refer to as the Holy Spirit. This force is your sexual energy, and it was given to you by God for something far greater than just pleasure. What you do with it determines your level of consciousness. The man who wastes his energy day after day loses not only physical vitality, who loses spiritual power. But the man who preserves, consecrates, and transforms it, but becomes a magnet for light. He becomes a chosen one, not by name or religion, but by the spiritual frequency he begins to radiate. Chronic masturbation, addiction, uncontrollable desires. These are distractions designed to keep you from seeing your true power. They make you forget that you are a temple of the sacred. And that's why so few awaken. Asterisk because it takes work. It hurts in the beginning, it's lonely, but what's on the other side is freedom. You will realize that desire doesn't need to be eliminated, it needs to be understood. Asterisk, and once understood, it no longer controls you, it becomes your servant, not your master. Yes, you can use this energy to create a healthy body, an abundant life, a deeper connection with God. Asterisk, but for that to happen, you must revere this power, not trivialize it. What once made you feel weak will become your strength. What once brought you shame will become your crown. Asterisk, what once was a cycle of downfall will now become a portal of ascension. You are not here by accident. If you've made it to this video, it's because something inside you is waking up. Asterisk, you're remembering who you've always been, an old soul, a high spirit, a channel of light. And the first step is to claim your energy as sacred. Decide today to no longer surrender to unconsciousness. Asterisk, decide to use this force to grow, to serve, to love, and to connect with the divine. Transmutation is real. Awakening is real, and you are ready. If this message touched your soul, resonated in your heart, and reminded you of your mission, like this video now. Subscribe to Motivation You Need, and comment below. Asterisk, I consecrate my energy to the sacred. Asterisk, together, let us walk in the light. Asterisk, Motivation You Need, where your awareness expands and your soul finds direction. Asterisk, and if this message moved something inside you, don't stop here, you need to watch the next video on this channel. Asterisk, what's waiting for you might be exactly the transformation your soul has been calling for.